Hey everyone, my name is Lynette Williams and I'm hanging out today with my friend's Guitar Center where we'll be talking about this amazing Williams Legato IV. I've been playing since the age of 8. I started out playing in my dad's church, playing Hammond organ, and from there, like 16 years ago, I started touring with artists like will.i.am from Black Eyed Peas, CeeLo. You've probably seen me on the stage for the last decade with an artist by the name of Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. It's been a pleasure and an honor to work with such an amazing artist on various keyboards. So I unboxed this Williams Legato IV, and the first thing I noticed about this board is it's very light. It's very user-friendly, and I'm really excited to share with you guys the different features of this amazing board and what makes it great. So one of the benefits of having a keyboard that's non-weighted, it's really great for beginners, whether you're 2, whether you're 82, because you need to build up the muscles, your tendons and your fingers. And I definitely would recommend this board for someone who's just started playing. Let's start there and then we can build. This is like something I wish that I would have had when I was learning how to play. One of the features I love about the fact that this is a non-weighted keyboard is the fact that it has organ sounds. I'm an organ player. I feel like I'm literally playing an organ, and I'll show you an example of what I love about that. One thing I just want to point out, a lot of organ players, they're like, is there like a Leslie? Is there a way to change from slow to fast? Yes, all you have to do is click on the pedal and you have fast. And then you have slow. As I was saying, this non-weighted key bed is also great for electric pianos, not just organ. And I want to show you an example. Wow, the first EP sound that I played, it's warm. So for my chord heads, everyone who loves playing beautiful, lush chords, it just flows and it's easy to arpeggiate up and down. For you beginners, I mean, you can sound like a professional. You can play Mary Had a Little Lamb and make it sound like beautiful with this lush electric piano sound. I just love it. Speaking of sounds, let's talk about the grand piano. I was genuinely impressed with how clear the timbre, the reverb, it's all here. And the best part is you're playing it on a non-weighted keyboard. Beginners, this is for you. This is the board for you. It sounds authentic. It's one of my favorite sounds on this board. Let's try another sound. The brightness of this sound really cuts through on stage. Like, you have a warm piano, which is nice, which is more mellow, but I feel like for genres like pop, R&B, rock, you want that bright piano to like really strike through. And speaking of performance, This Williams Legato has a really, really cool split feature. Like, let's say I'm playing a gig by myself and I want to be the bass player, but I also want to be the piano player. I'm going to show you a really, really cool feature. Wow, one hand can be doing something else while the left hand is holding down the bass. Speaking of splits, there's a really, really cool mode called lesson mode. So how we get into that mode is you tap split and layer at the same time. I'm gonna show you an example right now. So I want you to imagine that my left hand is the teacher and my right hand is the student. So I think that's a really cool feature, and one of the benefits is having the teacher and the student playing the same octave. And it's like having two pianos in one. Like I showed you an example, I played a melody, and in my right hand, the student played the same melody. And a vital part of piano lessons is the metronome. There's so many ways to use the metronome. When you have that rhythm and you have that clock to help you follow through, it makes you an overall better player. So now that we've touched on some of the classic sounds, let's touch on some auxiliary sounds. I like to call them colors. So let's check out vibes first. Speaking of beautiful colors and sounds, I would like to show you a couple of more cool sounds. You'll hear some string sounds, and you'll also hear like a choir sound. They sound really great by themselves, but when you layer them, it makes it even bigger. That's one of my favorite features on any keyboard is having the option to be able to layer multiple sounds that you like to play. My personal preference is piano and strings. Like that's a good old classic layering thing as a piano player. And you sound like two keyboard players in one person. Just like you have the split feature, you also have a layer feature. This board is just endless with possibilities. A really cool feature about this board is there's also an app. It's called the Williams app. And at the press of a Bluetooth pairing, everything is at your disposal on this tablet. So I can change my sounds. As you see, there's a sound editor window where I can change my sounds literally from the tablet. The metronome, the drum machine is really cool if you want to add some really cool beats. But one of my favorites, especially for this, which is great for a beginner or an intermediate player, you can play along, meaning you can just open up your music library, and if I want to learn a song, I can actually slow down the tempo of that song and learn it note for note accurately. You know, you have learning resources where there's Guitar Center lessons. You can learn through that. And then there's settings that gives you everything you need to know about your keyboard, global settings. This is an incredible app. I don't even need to touch anything on the keyboard. I can do everything from this tablet or from my phone. If you want to know more about this Williams Legato IV, you can go to one of your local GCs, or you can call one of their expert gear advisors, or you can go online to guitarcenter.com. It's that easy.